And we are back here at the Goat Grand Prix in Halle. And what you are seeing next to me is not a return winner anymore. It's the Goat Grand Prix winner Matte. And yeah, that's the beauty. You can win here at the tournament if you decide to win it. And two people who are maybe on the verge of winning all of it are next to us in the feature match booth. Yeah, we will have a look what they are cooking over there.
I'm no longer mad. It's kind of annoying because people put cards on your face and you have to deal with it. But
so
yeah,
would you say you lost your properties of both rubber and gum now?
maybe. And what Simon was fair to mention that not only the winner gets one of these beauties, but all of the top 8 cut will get a unique Goat Grand Prix Halle mat, which I will now hand back to Jens. Thank you again. And we have Michel against Sela here. We are in a unique position that Michel is on a 2-2 record and Sela on a 3-2-1. So Sela was paired down, but I still wanted to have him in the feature match because he plays something quite interesting. And also for Sela, everything is still on the line. Also, Michel can as well still top. I believe we should have 1 or 2 X2 people snuck into top cut today.
Yeah, I mean, if we have, I mean, there are no draws, right? So
yeah,
definitely some of the X2 guys should be in there. And yeah, so we are seeing these two prepare, and we have a little bit of time left where we can talk about something that was mentioned in chat earlier, and there was any onliners are cooking, and I have to sadly inform you that no people who play online Goat are not cooking today.
No, they are all dead. Like JCVD already left the building. He's spending some time with his family. Grumpelsteed seen as 2-2 right now. At one of the last tables, Murphy just played against HAVB. Both were without any wins so far, so they are indeed not cooking today. Escaroda and Schwerlin are still in contention, which you may know from War League. But let's hop into this game now. Sela, we shouldn't call it Sela. Sela, we should have called him Sela, he told us. Opens up with an upstart Goblin. Michel gaining some much needed life points here. They are not much needed, we are still early, but it's not early for me. And there's a Sacred Crane on the board.
And what could Sacred Crane mean? I'm not sure. What does Sacred Crane mean?
Means that we have a deck here with... Oh no, I think we have a mirror match.
We are jinxing our unique decks here with mirror matches.
This will be an exciting one for sure. Michel had a slow start, only setting a monster here, and we see Heavy Storm sniping away a Jar of Greed. This is not what you want to do.
Oh no! You activated my trap card.
But maybe Sela is somehow cutting, it doesn't matter. We see that all important reasoning question is what is Michel announcing here? We don't know. He probably is calling 8 because 4 is already on the board. We see Scapegoats, Monster Gate, Chaos Sorcerer, BLS, and the Toon Cannon Soldier hitting the board, which is a level 4.
Yeah, and level 4 was unlikely because we already saw the Crane. That's kind of a mind game we see there. And we got Light and Dark Engrave.
Yeah, we got...
And if we got some form of like usable Dimension Fusion, we maybe... there is
that Monster Gate tributing that Toon Cannon Soldier. No, he elects to tribute the Crane instead, because with Toon Cannon Soldier you can deal some additional damage. Let's see what we mill here. It looks like a Parshard hitting the board here, which can gain some more advantage, even if Sela is not able to OTK here.
Yeah, and Parshard also is good for getting your resources back, and which also is good for getting more resources, is special summoning Sacred Crane.
This is the reason why Sela was opting to tribute Crane for Monster Gate and a Toon Cannon to get that value out of that extra card here. And this is quite a bit of damage, but not enough. Trunate! This can be huge because now you can tribute your Crane with Toon Cannon Soldier and pram it back again to draw another card.
And that card can indeed be Reasoning or Gate, but we milled some of them already, so I don't know.
But Sela is just monster gating immediately.
Yeah, he's just better.
Yeah, but why not Jubit Crane this time? Because you still have Prem here.
Yeah, but you have Prem for your Demog. That is the last summonable monster in this deck.
There is a Demog hitting the board.
Demog is a good card, I'm told.
Yeah, it's a very, very good card. And now Sela should have all the tools he needs. He basically only needs like a monster reincarnation to get back BLS, and he should be good here for game.
Yeah, I mean, there is the monster reincarnation.
Yeah, he looks at it.
He really considers it. He is still considering monster reincarnation.
And yeah, this is correct. A good adjustment from our judge. Monster Gate is indeed now in graveyard, and then Demog triggers, which is an important detail because you could pick up that very Monster Gate with Demog.
Yes, and like we said before, we do have the Premature Burial still in hand to possibly get back the Cannon Soldier if you fail to have enough damage on board at the moment. We are just looking for the way to win this turn. Yeah, it's not a matter of if we win, it's a matter of how we win. Okay, and there has to be a Dimension Fusion in Sela's hand because he picks up meta. Now he can use that to tribute his Demog to go into a level 8 and then just Dimension Fusion Demog back. This is exactly what is happening now. And Michel is not picking up his cards yet, but he very well might, because this is just looking like it's over. There's the Gatling Dragon. Dimension Fusion will come down next. I will bet Simon's life on it. Simon can stay alive, gladly. I can stay. It's not zombie Simon's time yet. And yeah, there is the second Magician of Chaos there, and so now you just take Monster Reincarnation, get back BLS. Yeah, you can't take Tomb Can Soldier back. This is not how it works. But you can take like Monster Reincarnation. Yeah, or just I mean he has the Prem in hand, so you don't want to take Monster Reincarnation because you have nothing to pitch. Yeah. Maybe Sela was just pointing out that he has Prem for Tomb Can Soldier and this is game already, because you can just, there we see thumbs up from Michel, and I believe, you can attack with all monsters but Tomb Can Soldier and then deal 2,500 extra points of damage. And what is really good for Michel, and that sounds strange because he just got blown away, is that Sela was not seeing what Michel is playing. We will not say it out loud, we already saw it, we won't spoil it, because they may hear us, even though they have some chill lo-fi music going on, to not be able to hear us. But yeah, so we are seeing some exciting cards there on the board, and what are cards to look out for now in the siding process? If you are Sela, what do you side? I mean, you only saw Jar of Greed. Yes. So if you don't have any insights, you might presume your opponent is on Chaos Turbo. And if your opponent on Chaos Turbo is, you don't have to side that much. Because Reasoning Gate is really good in this matchup. Like, I talked a lot with Svenny Boy, of course, winner of Gold Grand Prix Osnabrück, with Reasoning Gate, who knows a lot about the deck, apparently. And he told me, like, basically you're siding more against stuff they side against you, because you are the better deck if you draw good. So you don't want to side too much, because you don't want to mess with your consistency. Yeah. Are we seeing the Kuribo now? Is that a card people play? The thing is, I don't want to talk too much too out loud, because I still want to conceal the information of what Michel is playing. So because in the deck Michel is playing, you have certain cards to side against Reasoning Gate, which we can point out as soon as it's confirmed. I think so. Let's not talk about that too much. Yeah, I mean, I was just. What we can talk about is, I'm really surprised because it's the first time we see Reasoning Gate in the feature match today, but it's well represented in the tournament. We have 9 Reasoning Gates today in the field. 9. That's 1/10 out of all players are playing Reasoning Gate, and it's very popular. Yeah, and it's very popular in real life Gold in Germany. It was no accident that it won Gold Grand Prix Osnabrück. We saw 2 variants topping that event. Shoutouts to Escaroda, who topped Osnabrück with a Machine Gate. He's still in contention today. It's 3-1 right now, so we might see him later, maybe even bettering his finish from Osnabrück. So
Reasoning Gate is a very real deck, and I think why it is so popular in Goat format is also like in online Goat, most people playing it are like exclusively playing Goat.
Yes.
But in real life Goat, many players who are advanced players are also playing some Goat. And Reasoning Gate is a deck who is most similar to an advanced deck. And you yourself are an advanced player, so you may explain to us why.
Yeah, I mean, the classic GOAT play we saw for the last few rounds were, I've got a set monster and one back row. And that's a play you do not do in Advanced Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore. That time passed long ago. If you set a monster face down, it's kind of you signal your opponent, I lost already, finish me off. And in GOAT, that's a real turn, and Reasoning Gate does not do that. Reasoning Gate resolves a card to combo off. You got resources in your graveyard. You need to really check what cards am I using out of my graveyard, and playing with your graveyard as kind of an extended resource that is at your disposal the whole time is the point of Advanced Yu-Gi-Oh! At the moment. And that's not something, despite like banishing cards for your Chaos Monsters, that you do in GOAT format. So yeah, Reason Gate indeed is the most similar to Advanced Yu-Gi-Oh! It's still, there are glaring differences, but yeah.
Basically in Advanced format you have a lot of combo decks who just want to get their combo through the interruptions of your opponent and win off of that. And that is what Reasoning Gate, exactly that is what Reasoning is doing. Reasoning Gate maybe needs a bit more turns than an advanced deck would, because it's not, obviously power creep is a thing, but you just want to find your win option. And let's see, we are hopping into game 2. Michel opening us up with, let's see it, then we can confirm that we have indeed a mirror match here. Then we see the tune table of content. And we saw why this card is played, because of the target Seller already had in game 2. We see all Toon Table of Content is maybe the most unique search card of all time, because it can search itself. It just it searches the Toon card. It's a Toon card. So one copy sends out your deck through all copies of Toon Table of Contents, and you can get your Toon cancelled.
And now we got less cards in deck that,
Yeah, Pot of Greed follows after, so you don't draw into your dead Toon tables, you can draw into real cards now, because you're basically 3 cards. You're playing 4 cards less. This is amazing. And let's see what Michel is finding here. And now that we have the confirmation that it is indeed a Reasoning Gate mirror match, like Reasoning Gate bots specific cards against the mirror, like Spell Canceller or a Joke. Let's see if we see some here. And a big card section. We see the Spell Canceller in Michel's hand. This is one of the cards I just mentioned, which you bought for the mirror match. And now we have the confirmation. Both players know exactly what they are in for. And Michel should have the big advantage, because Seller probably did not side for the mirror match. But Michel is doing some hand signs. How would you interpret them?
I mean, he has options, but he really is depending on this reasoning to hit a monster.
Let's see. There is a Spell Canceller. He called 5. Did he call 5? He called 5!
And that's huge.
This was such good awareness of the situation. Seller recognizing that Spell Canceller would just be game for Michel and just calling 5 just in case, even though he already saw 1, because you always bought 2, you never bought 1. So very, very good situational advantage by Seller, and now his own Toon Table of Contents is hitting the board, and maybe Seller can now find the OTK.
Yeah, I mean, now you got your turn of setup, and you got rid of some cards out of your deck, and so we slowly but surely get our pieces together to maybe find a way back, and now both players know back row isn't real, and that's another thing that you have to consider here.
Upstart Goblin hitting the board. Also shoutouts to Cup Games for the nice words. Thank you. We are just happy to be here, to have the opportunity. Also have to give big shoutouts again to our operator Felix, who's doing a lot of work here behind the scenes. also to TCGAtzenjens who made this all possible. This is such a great stream setup, and it's just fun to be here. We're just sitting here and yapping. We're not doing anything else.
We are watching other people having fun, and it's a blast.
Yeah, it's such a blast. It's getting quite hot in here, but it's...
yeah, that's because the gameplay is so fire.
It really is. And now it's the reasoning. So Michel's deck was concealed, so there's most likely no Spellcancel in Sela's deck now. So maybe he caught like a 4 or like an 8. I didn't remember what Sela discarded with card destruction, to be honest. I didn't pay that much attention. So we see a lot of good spells in the grave, and there's the Demok, and he caught 8, and Michel's celebrating. He's like, yes, got him.
Yeah, I mean, there probably isn't much left.
Yeah.
That's there to be summoned. Now is the question...
Another reasoning, and he caught 5, and he's applauding himself.
Yeah.
He sniffed it out, and Sela maybe had some inside information there because he did side for the mirror match.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility that you can just wait a turn under Spell Canceller, even if you're not playing a mirror match.
But let's talk about Michel's sense here. Right after this, I will take Michel and pull him to the next casino, and return me red or black, because he definitely had the correct instinct twice in a row. Imagine he would have called 5 and then 8.
Yeah, I mean, that would be... I mean, I think if you got Spell Cancelled first, there wouldn't be a second reasoning. But...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so still Sela has some options left, summoning a Chaos Hawk here into an open board for some crit points of damage, but it's not nearly as devastating as it could be. And now we are in a very interesting game state because we see 2 reasoning gates on low resources. This is not something you see often. Toon Cannon Soldier getting summoned next to it, and
there are scapegoats, and scapegoat is kind of dangerous because now there are monsters on the board, and he can't get rid of all of them.
Yeah, and also Michel now has access to Monster Gate. There was an argument to maybe keep all 4 tokens on board there to minimize the options Michel can have with potential Dimension Fusion plays, which you can consider there. Let's just keep all 4 and then try to clear them all at once.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility, because now there are like 3 bad monsters on board, but what do you still have to summon? Like, we now go for the Monster Gate.
Does Michel play a third back row card? Maybe the third Spell Cancer or Joan. This would be crucial. Let's see. We see a lot of cards being sent to the graveyard here. And there's Jinzo. And it's the first time that reasoning hit this game, because Sela did not have the sense Michel had and did not pick 6. And Jinzo is a very good opening here, very good pickup, because you can just attack over Chaos Sorcerer. And also we see, like, how many cards are there for Michel left? Like 4?
Yeah, I mean, they are double sleeved, I believe, so it's kind of hard to tell, because the deck always look thicker when you double sleeve your cards.
But he has found it out that I think deck out is a real winning option now for Sela.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. I was looking at Sela's deck and was like, that they are double sleeve.
Yeah, Michel has like 3 cards fanned out there on his right.
Yeah, that should be his last remaining deck card.
This is not much. And Sela is still on 8k left, but we see some very good cards in hand. Michel has to be careful with potential another deck-filling cards. He has to be aware of what is in his deck, because again, deck out a real possibility here for him to lose.
Yeah, and by playing real cards, he is on his... Oh, that looks like a ballsy play he's about to make.
Yeah, this looks like a really... But he kind of figures, like, he maybe figures he has to do it now, otherwise he will lose eventually. He sees a Monster Gate. This is a huge gamble. If Crane is the last card, the deck he just loses here. So let's count it out. It's a Crane!
And the Crane that early is really good, because now he can top deck into the card that wins the game, but it unfortunately does not seem like that's a card. His hand gesture looked like he's a little bit sad. He got so good reads on the reasoning, and then got, did not get the results from his deck that he wanted.
Such an awkward position to be in. You did everything correctly, and you're still looking at like 1 or 2 cards in your deck, staring at your opponent, and you're like, damn it.
I mean, that's the charm of Reasoning Gate. Sometimes you do everything correct and just lose.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. And now there is the question, do we have enough damage to possibly not lose this?
Snatch is a start. Snatch is definitely a good start here.
Yeah, definitely.
A bit of social commentary here by our stream operator, but we have to agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. And there's goats for Sela, and I think that seals the deal. This should be enough to just deck out Michel. He can now sit behind that beautiful goat tokens in all their 4 different colors. And they are like, bah! And that means you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, the sound of sheep at night is Michel's worst nightmare here.
Okay.
But we still got the lightning vortex.
This is a pretty good answer. It seems to be happening in main 2. I don't think he preemptively flipped, but why not attacking over Toon Total first to deal some damage? This is what I'm quite wondering here. Why this is not happening? Because I assume the goats were activated in battle phase.
I think maybe the Chaos Sorcerer was banished.
Okay, so
it's snatched. Never mind.
Sela shotgunned the goats because we're going to battle phase now. So Sela potentially activating goats in main phase there, which could cause. I don't know what happened there. I don't like. We will see the life points updated. Seems like attacks were happening.
Yeah, definitely.
Attacks were happening, so he activated goats in main phase. It could cost him the game, because now Michel maybe has the opportunity to win this.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why the goats were activated in main phase, because okay, now we are getting the 3 draws from Graceful Charity, and Graceful Charity is a really good card to come back after this.
Thank you to Michel for clarifying that he really only has 1 card left.
Yeah, I mean, there is 1 card, and does 1 card in what card is it that if he gets his board cleared, that he possibly can win the game still?
To quote Jaden Yuki, the game is not over until the last card is drawn, but the last card will be drawn next turn, so the game must be over after that.
Yeah, I mean, the last card drawn is the last chance to seal the game if his board gets broken now. And there is a lot of thinking going on there with Sela, because he has not resolved his Graceful Charity by now. So there really must be a tough decision to make.
I really understand if Reasoning Gate players takes the time, especially in that game state. Like basically, his whole deck is in the grave, so he can like count in his head what cards are left in his deck. Like he can even figure out what the last card in Michel's deck is. Like if he watches closely. But now we see some action. Light, dark, get diminished. Oh, is there's a Dimension Fusion? This could be over now. Banish Light, Banish Dark for the BLS. Do we see a Dimension Fusion?
BLS is definitely the answer to the big monster there.
Sela has just enough life points left.
There is a Snatch Steal
instead.
For... Is it the Jinzo? No,
it's
the Chaos Sorcerer that is coming back. And now we...
The good thing for Sela is he doesn't need to kill Michel. All he has to do is to put up a big enough board that he can survive next turn.
Yeah, and now he tributes his...
No, he banished. He banished Chaos Sorcerer.
He banished Chaos Sorcerer himself and then goes over the board.
Yes, attacks over. He cleared everything from Michel's board. Again, he just needs to survive next turn. So Michel draws into his last card. And is it something which can help him here? He has 2 cards in hand, and he sets 2 cards face down, and I assume this is just it.
I mean, if you just pass here, it should be game, and we have a winner, and that should be Sela.
I hear some laughing in the back room, I think both players now, and we see a win by deck out, only here at GGP Halle. Sela seals the deal. Big shoutouts to Michel for an amazing fight, for 2 correct reasoning calls in a row. Really amazing.
But also Sela's instinct to board in his spell canceller in game 2 by just seeing a Jar of Greed.
Yes.
That's really good foresight there.
So there's maybe again the possibility, maybe they knew each other.
Yeah,
Maybe they knew each other, maybe they even built the decks together. Who knows?
I mean,
lists look really similar.
that's right.
That's something we have to ask the players in the post-game interview, and because you love standing up.
Yeah,
you are
I
allowed
will.
to stand up and ask the players if we have an interview. And yeah, we are now through 5 rounds of Swiss, and also the players did do us a big favor of finishing quickly, because we can maybe get a break in. Yeah, thumbs up from our operator who really needs a break, like also we do. And I get a thumbs up. So we will be back with an interview shortly with the winner of that exciting Reasoning Gate mirror match. We will listen to how he feels right after this short break. I'm back here at the Goat Grand Prix in Halle an der Saale with Sela, right?
Yes.
Okay, with Sela after a breathtaking, exhilarating Reasoning Gate mirror match. And we have so much to talk about, but firstly, how do you feel?
Oh, I'm feeling great actually. Like I won my round. I'm 4-1 now.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm happy.
So we have to talk about something.
Yes.
You sided in Spell Canceller, but
Yes.
you only saw Jar of Greed game 1. How did you sniff that out?
So the thing is, I saw Jaw of Greed, which
Yes.
is one indication that it could be this deck. But then I saw it like when I played my Crane turn 1.
Yep.
I saw it from my opponent's gesture that it was like, okay. And then I thought, maybe the same deck. And then I saw the Jaw of Greed and I was, yes, same deck.
That's an amazing read, and that's also a component of real life Goat. Like many of our watchers are playing online exclusively, which you don't have online. It's like observing your opponent, watching at your opponent. Is that something you're good at in general, you would say? Is
I
it
would say yes. I'm sorry for interrupting
No,
you. Yeah, I would say yes because I'm playing Pokemon competitively too.
TCG or VGC?
VGC.
VGC,
actually,
so
yes.
observing your opponent is very important
Yeah,
there.
also yeah, and I've been to a lot of tournaments. Like it's my first Goat tournament actually today.
Really?
Yes, the first in real life tournament at least. But I've played a lot of VGC tournaments, and that's where I have my experience from.
Yeah, and you really could count on that in this game. Let's talk about some strategy. How do you play a Reasoning Gate mirror match? What is important in that?
Like the mirror match is mainly whoever gets a spell canceller out first probably wins. So it didn't work in this game
Yes.
too, but if it doesn't work, both players have enough of options to finish the game like a standard game.
Yeah, that game 1 was really quick. You just had the OTK, but he
Yes.
didn't. But game 2 was so exciting. You called correctly,
Yeah.
and then he got you 2 times in a row. How did you feel after you missed 2 reasonings in a row?
Yeah, that was tough because like it was interesting because my opponent actually said, I don't think that you have sided in spell canceller too.
Yeah.
Because my opponent thought I would never think that they would play Reasoning Gate 2. And then they called 8 first, called it right. Then they wanted to get Air Knight, Pasha. And that's why they called 5. And yeah, it was Spell Canceller. Yeah, it was sad for me, but life goes on.
Your win option in game 2 was ultimately deck out. How fast did you figure out that that is the road you have to go? Not to kill your opponent,
Yeah.
just to survive.
No, actually pretty fast because I knew my opponent had like 10,000 life points left at this point. And with my resources left, it would be difficult to deal that much damage, and stalling out 2 more turns was the better option for me.
Okay. And it worked out quite well.
Yeah.
So you're now 4-1, you're sitting very comfortable with a good record. What were your expectations going into this event?
Oh, I actually wanted to go positive. So
Okay.
like we are playing 7 rounds.
Yeah, so you achieved that already.
Yeah. Yeah, so if I lose the remaining rounds, I'm happy because like it's my first Goat tournament and I'm positive already, so yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that's good.
it's your very first Go tournament. Why did you pick up Reasoning Gate?
Because I think that with Reasoning Gate especially, it is easier for a player with less experience like me to win. If I play Chaos Turbo, a lot of more experienced players will just outplay me. And they can't outplay me if I one turn KO them. Okay. Right? That's the thing.
So what I see with you as an example is like accessing your strengths and weaknesses is very important in a tournament like this, and you know you're not as experienced in this format as other players, so you make your weakness to a strength. You pick a deck which you are comfortable in, and you rely on other abilities, for example, reading your opponent and stuff. And this is really, really impressive. So you're a great example that you don't need much experience to do well in Gold format. And do you think you can take it all the way today?
I think yes, I could actually. Not very realistic, but
Okay.
there's a chance, and I will of course go for the chance.
Okay, so are there any decks you definitely want to face now, or
No aggro would be nice.
Okay.
Everything else, yeah.
Okay, so thank you again for the interview. Are there anyone you want to shout out? Friends, community?
Yes,
members?
of course. Thank you very much to my wife, who is probably watching this now from a cafe in the town. Thanks to all my friends watching this, to my family. Thanks to everyone who supports me.
An amazing performance by you, Sela. I hope we will see you again in Top Cut. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
And now take some rest for the next round.
Thank you for the interview.
Of course, and we take a short break and we will be back with the second to last round of Swift, round 6, shortly.